Slight buzz going on into the show.
I went to the axe throwing place yesterday.
How was that?
Crazy fun.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean,
It
how
is.
could you not have fun getting drunk and throwing fucking sharp objects?
Well, technically you can't.
Yeah, I always thought that was a bad combination, like drinks.
yeah, I
and
mean,
axe
it's
throwing.
sure it's deadly, but I'm saying, how could it not be fun?
You're not supposed to be drunk. I mean, when I did it, we were drank beforehand and went
I'm
there.
sure
yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
Well, I mean, the manager, we got there early before everyone else, and because it's right across the street from Bub's,
Yeah.
and I thought the same thing, and but the old bird was like, she said something like, "Oh, we should go across the street and rip some shots before they show up," you know. And the guy says, "Well, here's the thing," the manager, right? And I'm like, "Oh, he's gonna say you guys can't drink, right?" And then he goes, "Yeah, we know the guys above, so just open a tab and you guys can just go back and forth."
Yeah.
I was all, "What?"
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I don't think your mic is loud enough.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did anybody bounce an axe back?
It sounds like
No, not that. Not
I've only
crazy
seen
fun.
that one viral video, and that thing's gnarly too.
Dude, we went there.
That's
We
crazy.
one of my friends could not fucking get an axe in the board,
Really? At all?
and one of them like legit bounced back like past the fucking where the fences are, like where people were standing.
It's probably throwing too hard.
It's Uzi. He wasn't throwing too hard.
I feel like that someone has to have gotten hit. You all right over there, Dad?
Probably.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just chasing the cord, dog. Just chasing the cord.
I feel like someone has to have gotten injured at that place.
They're also probably not that sharp.
Yeah.
But still.
So, yeah, I mean, it's gonna do some damage. I'm not saying it wouldn't.
I mean,
but,
if
like,
you got knocked in the forehead with a ricocheted axe, that's gonna hurt like a motherfucker.
there was the one with like the 2 spikes on the back or whatever. That one was definitely sharp on
Oh,
the
I
back.
didn't see that one.
There's like a couple of different ones.
What was the occasion?
Did you do one-handed or two-handed?
I did one-handed, and then I threw 3 at once, and they all hit.
Really?
Yeah, I did like one hand, because the guy was like, "Oh, you can do 2," and I only missed like 2 or 3 times, and then he's like, "You can do 2." So then I did 2. He's like, "You're supposed to do it two-handed,ed," and I just chucked him, grabbed it and chucked him. He's like, "Oh, or you can do that,
Or you can do it that way.
And then I was like, "Can I try 3?" He's like, "I don't know."
You talking about the manager?
Well, there's like a guy that's there at
Whoever's
your lane.
overseeing everything?
Yeah, like they kind of hang out to make sure you're not doing something unsafe.
Yeah.
And then I chucked 3, and they all whoop,
Really?
That's
right in the
impressive.
thing.
Natural
actually.
Mohican.
Yeah, it's
There
fun.
you go.
Honestly, though, it's just from swinging a hammer, though.
Yeah.
Because
Really?
it's the same thing. And also, everyone who's doing it, they're not pointing their thumb. Like, if you swing a hammer,
Yeah.
if you point your thumb, like, on the hammer, you're going to hit the nail every time. But people hold it like this, and you just miss. Yeah, because
I've been doing it wrong my whole life.
Oh, yeah, you
Most
point
people
at
do,
it.
though. Most
like,
people don't know that.
If you work construction, like, that's the first thing. They're like, what are you doing? Like, yeah, it's, like, easy to hit
Oh,
like
yeah.
that.
Ice.
Ice!
What was the occasion last night? It was
The
the
old
old
bird's-
bird's birthday?
Yeah, it was her birthday.
30th, right?
Yeah.
That's a big birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah. We went to an escape room.
How was that? I've never done one.
I wanted to hate. It was super fucking fun.
Really? Like
Yeah.
you went into it thinking you were gonna hate it?
Nah, not really my thing. I don't want to do puzzles.
Uh.
You know.
But
it
is
was
it in a
actually-
group? It's fun though, no?
Yeah, it was really fun. It was
Yeah.
really.
Did
That's
you
what I
guys
thought.
escape?
Yeah, we got out. It was
Really?
a Japanese horror thriller thing based on a real story.
So it was like scary in there?
Yeah, it was. I mean, it wasn't.
Dom's already out.
No, well, okay. So the guy built it up way more.
Is that the one that's in PB, like above? Like,
no. It's in Hillcrest.
Okay.
In Hillcrest, but I guess there's a ton of them though.
There
Yeah,
are
I didn't know
many,
yeah.
especially even in
When I was
San
talking to
Diego.
the guy, there's one across the street from the place I was at. I'm like, what? Really? Like, I didn't know this existed.
They got one here, like 2 doors down.
Really?
Nah.
Oh.
There is one in Belmont Park by the roller coaster.
Really?
There's
Yeah.
There's one on Garnett. It's like upstairs
Yeah.
from like where Johnny V's was, kind of by where Johnny V's
I
was.
like it. Yeah, that's the one I'm thinking of. Yeah.
Tell me
Okay.
about this Japanese fucking.
So basically, it's
Torture movie.
based on a real story about a cult in Japan, and they killed a bunch of people, and this guy was like crazy psychotic, the
Mhm.
dude who ran it. So you go. I mean, I don't want to get like sued or something. Like,
What?
you can't
Like-
tell like the whole thing, right? Like you're fucking up their business.
Why can't
Yeah,
you?
yeah. I don't think that matters.
You don't think so?
I mean, if that's
No.
what their business model is based upon,
Yeah.
they probably don't want people doing it in a public forum and talking
Yeah.
about it.
I mean, isn't that
I don't think
isn't
they-
that how press works?
I don't think they could sue you, but I don't think they'd really be keen on it.
But isn't
Sue
that
Bradley.
like how press works?
Fuck
now?
you.
He's my legal representation. Anyway, so yeah, you there's like a couple rooms, and you basically have to go into the room. You have to get something out of a box or whatever. But You have to figure out all these puzzles to get the
You
combos.
get clues though, don't you?
Yeah, but like not in the beginning really. He just tells you just start looking around, and you'll find something. I know
So like something out of place and that catches your eye.
yeah, and then you find something else, and then you find something else, and then next thing you know, you got like a flashlight that can read those like flashlight you see blood on the wall.
Oh yeah.
Like that kind of thing, and then you have to figure out that puzzle to get. It was actually really fun.
We should do an episode where we go in one and try to get out.
He won't go.
I would. To an escape room?
Like,
Well,
not serious.
Not all of them are. Okay, here's the thing: the guy's building it up when we're sitting in the lobby or whatever, and he's like, a lot of people they walk out
When they're giving the speech of
Yeah.
like what you're
Yeah.
gonna,
A lot of
what you're
people
in
walk
for.
out.
Yeah, he's
What?
like they get really scared because this is it's really scary in there. The guy said something about like, oh, it's your first room. He's like, this is the wrong one to do. This is the wrong one.
Oh, okay.
Shut up.
But so I'm thinking maybe because there's a bunch of them, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe that's true. I don't know. And he's building this thing up. People leave and people quit in the middle. It really wasn't that.
Really? What was the scary thing about it?
Like one of the last rooms we got into, we opened the door and there's like a doll like standing in the doorway and it like
I just
jump
kicked that shit
scare.
over. Huh?
Critters.
Ice. Yeah, it was fun though. It was really fun. I would do it again. I want to do more of them. I skipped the Harry Potter style one because
Yeah,
that sounds
it's
whack. But
yeah.
now I want to do it actually,
Really, the Harry Potter one?
just because it was so fun.
That's the theme of it.
Well, it's like wizards and
Yeah,
we should.
warlocks.
We should get. We were talking about doing some shit. We should get GoPros and go do one. You think they would? Do you think they would allow that?
Why? I'm sure they switch it up, right? Like they got to switch up
Yeah.
all the puzzles and shit, so you
Yeah.
can go back.
Yeah.
Probably.
So maybe we could do it right before they switch it up.
Yeah.
Try to,
Have you guys ever? Because you're both from Northern California, the Bay Area. Did either of you guys ever go to the tactile room at the Exploratorium?
Yes.
That was fun.
The
What's that?
Exploratorium is.
It's
dope.
I did this once as a kid, and then I did it again like 2-3 years ago. But it's basically a dome within this Exploratorium, which is like a kind of a hands-on like kids type museum, but it's cool. Like there's a bunch of rad shit there. Anyway, you pay extra to get tickets to this thing, and essentially like they sit you down, they give you your spiel, and the whole premise of it is you can't see anything, and you have to feel your way through this dome, through this maze, and make it out.
That's it?
When I say it's black, it's like it's pitch black.
Yeah.
And to me, I'm not a claustrophobic person, so I didn't freak out. I like the whole concept of it because it was fun trying to feel your way through. But if you're even mildly claustrophobic, there's no fucking shot you could do that. Because there are times where you feel up and the ceiling's like right there, and the sides are like here, and then the bottom like you're crawling. Like there are parts where you're crawling through it.
And it's like dead silent in there.
Oh,
too,
you're
right?
dead silent.
Yeah.
You can't hear anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like you could close your eyes or open them, and there's no difference. None. whatsoever.
Nothing but your tinnitus.
Yeah, exactly. Nothing but my knee. Nothing but that, and nothing but my knees cracking as I'm crawling.
And the critters.
Yeah, the critters. I thought it was fun though. I like that
All
place.
right. Sounds interesting.
Doesn't like those like sound deprivation rooms like make you go fucking crazy?
I think maybe over a long.
Like it just
period.
deafens everything. It deadens all the sound.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't been in one.
Isn't that solitary confinement?
No, like
Bad
sound
itself.
deprivation rooms are like designed specifically to absorb like all sound.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like when you do your hearing test in the military?
Even crazier.
Yeah.
Like I think you can hear your own heartbeat.
Yeah, you can like hear your blood flow
Yeah.
Wow.
or your tinnitus
Or your knees.
or your knees. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Dude, I can't even fall asleep at night if it's that quiet and I can hear my fucking heart beating in my ears. I
Yeah.
can't.
I gotta have like white noise.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, dude. Even me.
Racist.
If I'm like somewhere where it's like mostly nature and it's super quiet, that shit like drives me crazy.
Yeah, I don't like it either.
if it's like, but if there's like a babbling brook nearby, I'm down with that. But
Well,
yeah,
that's where you masturbate.
dead silence though. No, I agree. I need something. It's funny because I used to need dead silence when I was sleeping.
Yeah.
And as I got older, it dissipated, and now I need something consistently making sound while I sleep.
Yeah, there's like I don't have like many deal breakers when it comes to like dating and shit like that, but I would never be able to date somebody who couldn't fall asleep with the TV on.
Yeah. I like falling asleep.
Oh, I was gonna say I can't date someone who has to fall asleep with the TV on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
that's something like I cannot
No,
abide
I'm
by.
out.
Like
I've been in that position before where I'm laying in bed after fucking, and I'm like, I'm gonna leave, or you're gonna turn the TV off because I need to sleep.
Wow. I can sleep.
No,
I
yeah, I'm
fall
saying
asleep
I gotta keep it on. Like
No,
yeah,
I
yeah.
need it off. I need it off.
I have specific movies I watch that don't have a lot of volume variations.
yeah.
Yeah.
So like not like any loud music or anything
No
like that.
gunshots.
Yeah, no gunshots.
Tire squeals.
No action. Yeah.
Yeah.
Club scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would do that too, and then I put the sleep timer on.
Yeah,
30 minutes
exactly.
or something like
Well,
that.
like the smart TV I have, it just automatically shuts off.
Yeah. What were you saying?
Are you still watching?
It's more like this.
Yeah,
Yes, I am.
yeah.
What were you gonna say, Dom?
Oh, I forgot. Fuck it. It's all good.
right.
Should we
Start this?
Yeah.
Crack this bitch up.
Wait, announcements first.
When we start? Are we started?
Oh, I don't know. I figured we had already started.
All right, well, we're started.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to an already begun episode of the Tasteless Gentlemen. 127. Dom,
Yup.
like the jumpsuit?
Yep.
You even match with the man.
Come on, man. I'm out here, dog. I'm out here.
I don't even. I should know who I'm talking.
I mean,
to.
dog, you look like a cholo yourself, man. Start
No,
calling-
it would be actually. Hang on, I'm just gonna do the top button and then
Yeah.
unbutton all the other.
So I
ones.
call-
No, Leroy, I'm bilingual. There's a difference.
start calling you Carnal.
And then we have Alex,
Ice.
and then we have Scoopaloop,
Skeet skeet.
and then Zig's trying to figure out where the fuck he's gonna sit this whole episode.
Yeah,
You
he-
got a bed and you got a chair.
I can't even see Bradley right now. It's just Ziggy.
You got a bed and a chair, dude. Come on.
So I guess we'll start with some announcements.
Yep, always.
And if you, this is not an ad, so don't skip. I see you. You're going for that skip 30 seconds.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Fast forward 30 seconds.
Just hold off.
This is pertinent information.
It is, yeah.
For the Discord people,
Exactly.
especially.
And contests and all that.
What is going on?
He's trying to figure out where he's gonna. He's probably gonna go to Dom.
So we do want to thank everybody, dude. Well, you're on my drink, bro. Butthole on my drink.
There's red rocket on your drink.
So we have over 500 people on Discord now and Patreon.
That's insane.
fucking crazy.
Yeah, thank you for all of you who have joined. That's amazing.
That's really crazy. Yeah. So that contest is still going on. First show after the new year, we will announce the winner. Somebody brought up a good point in our live stream.
You're not drinking anymore.
I guess not. Someone brought up a good point in our live stream right before this. That we should probably have a first, second, and third in case someone doesn't
Yes.
respond or they can't do it.
Mhm.
So we'll do that. That makes sense.
If you can't leave your country.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm a felon.
yeah.
No, that's fair because if they do, like, you know, you ever go to an event where they have a raffle and if the person's not present or they just don't claim it, then they just draw again.
Yeah.
We
Are
should
we
do
going
that.
to do like a going once, twice, three time gone? Next person?
I mean, not like that second, but yeah.
No, because we're gonna be drawing names.
Yeah.
So it would have to be like the following week's show. Hey, so and so wasn't able to fucking make it out here, so we're gonna do it again.
So,
Okay.
and I do want to make it clear because I know this question's already going to come up. No, that doesn't mean 3 people win. That means
Yeah.
one, and if they can't do it, then the
Yes.
second person, if they can't do it, then
One
the-
winner. One winner.
Yes, yeah, because I already know that's coming. Scoop, so you said I was third.
You'll be hearing from my lawyer.
T-shirt club people, today's Sunday, but this show will come out tomorrow, Monday. I should be done tonight or tomorrow morning. There's a few stragglers, but everyone will have their orders in. I realize there's a glaring problem in the system that wasn't a big deal like a month ago because it's grown 3 times of what
Yeah.
it was. And now it's become a really big problem, and it takes me like 3 days or 4 days to even get all the shit in.
Really?
Oh, fuck Patreon. I mean, not really, but like, good lord, it's a whole thing. But anyway, people will see it on Discord. I talked about it a little bit. And then, so okay, here's the big thing we want to do. We want to do a top 10 or top 20 video for 2019. So
Yeah.
our shows from 2019, but we want you guys to tell us what you thought was funny, and then we'll put it in.
Timestamp.
So if you-
Episode and timestamp.
Yes, so if you can timestamp the episode, episode and timestamp on this video, on this YouTube video, that would be, then I can go through, clip that
So in the
Yeah.
comment section of this video.
in the comment
Yeah,
section
yeah.
of this video, and then we'll make a cool 2019 funniest, whatever.
Word.
And then, yeah.
We should probably do top 20.
Yeah.
So I was going to say that's 3 minutes per little snippet.
Yeah.
If we do top 10, that's 6 minutes. That might be too much.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I mean, some of them might be like 10 minutes. It's fun. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
that's true.
Yeah, anyway. So yeah, if you guys drop those in there, and then yeah, and if you're not on YouTube, get on YouTube, and if you're on YouTube and you're not subscribed, please subscribe. We appreciate it.
Hit that bell.
Hit that bell. Smash, 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 smash. We got a Lamborghini in the background. Hit that bell. All right. Anyway, so we're here to talk about what we're gonna talk about.
Not guilty pleasures, but shit that, like, guilty conscience.
Get the conscience?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I have a
Bradley
whole-
killed a guy.
Bradley killed a guy. And we realized as we started talking about these things that most of these, I'm sure, stem from our fucking respective childhoods.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
probably.
Because I just thought of one right now. I was like, damn, that was fucked
What?
up.
Why don't you go first, Dom? What did you
All
think of?
When I was a young lad, between like, I was probably like 14. My next door neighbor, my parents were really good friends with the next door neighbor, and I knew they used to leave their door unlocked in the back. and they used to go on trips. I used to go in their house to like just eat their food in the refrigerator.
Like all of their food, or
no,
you just
no,
find?
I just like the snacks. Like,
But
ooh,
wait,
chips.
did they have food that like you didn't have at your house?
Oh
and
no,
that's,
How was the snack drawer?
yeah,
This
that's
snack drawer of fire. They're
Okay.
Mexicans, so they had like Mexican candies, fucking
like the ladies that sell shit outside of the DMV.
yeah, those kind of Mexican chips. I forgot what they're called. They're like those circle. You know what I mean? You fry them.
Pork rinds.
There was something like
Tortillas?
that. Yeah, there was something like that. And you guys get the tapatio sauce. Just like kick it and just like eat their food and just like leave.
Isn't that burglary?
I think so.
yeah, that's B&E, bro.
Yeah, it's B&E. I don't think it's enough. I don't think it's worth
Wait,
enough for
how
burglary.
long? How long would you like? Would you just fucking like grab? This is what I'm picturing. You sneak in through the back door. You're like, oh fuck, nobody's home. You go into the snack drawer and you're like, all right, those fucking chips. You grab the bag of chips and you grab some fucking sriracha or whatever, and you go
Yeah.
sit on their fucking couch and eat, like
Yeah,
watch
just-
TV.
Yeah, I mean, I watch TV. I just kick it. You know what I mean? Just-
Wait, did you have like access to their house? Like your parents like got the mail and shit like that?
No.
No,
I
they
just-
left the back door
I
unlocked.
just know they used to leave their back door unlocked.
Did they have kids too?
Yeah.
So you knew the kids.
Yeah,
or
yeah, I
whatever.
knew the kids. Yeah.
That's
And
wild.
they never once came home and said anything to your fucking.
Nah, not at all.
Did you
I
ever
wasn't
did you ever clean out the drawer like there was nothing left?
not that extreme.
So
but
you were
know what I mean?
smart about it.
Yeah, I was smart. I was
How,
like,
how would that feel though? The nanny cam, like if they caught you, how uncomfortable would that be?
bro, very uncomfortable.
Dude, think about this though, because I guarantee all the stories we're going to talk about were pre-nanny cam era. Like,
Yeah.
no way you would get away with any of the shit that
Nah,
we're going to
yeah.
talk
No,
about.
yeah.
None of it. I'd be in jail. I'd be in jail. I would
Yeah.
absolutely be in jail.
I got one where we used to just do all kinds of vandalizing in the neighborhood, and we basically got a bunch of shit from like the kitchen and the garage, like fucking motor oil, like whatever, just
Yeah.
mixed it in like a plastic bag. And there was a convertible down the like a few blocks away, like the soft top convertible with like a white
Man,
fucking
that's
cloth,
fucked up.
and just dumped it on the
That's
fucking thing.
fucked
For
up.
what?
What do you mean for what?
Just because
Oh,
they're
okay.
asshole
Just-
kids.
Yeah, because we're asshole kids. Yeah.
Asshole kids.
And we just dumped it on, and like I guess it stained it or whatever. Because like a few days later, the dude had the hard top on, and it's not like one of those hard tops that was gonna like fold down. It was ones you either have it on or you take it off. Like you can't just.
It's like I have so many stories like that, and it just makes me wonder, like, why the fuck did we? They were literally the only reason we did that shit was just because we could.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't have any vendetta or fucking. I wasn't seeking revenge on anyone. I just did some fucked up shit.
Yeah,
'cause I
it was
could.
just out of boredom.
Yeah.
It was out of boredom because your parents would be like, "Hey, like leave the house."
This is what happens when you don't have the internet.
yeah. Your parents would just be like, "Hey, leave the house. It's summer."
You go and
And you-
destroy
yeah.
someone's fucking T-top.
Literally, we'd wake up in the morning, get on our bikes, like ride somewhere, and then we'd be gone until fucking like
Yeah.
like
That was
5 or 6
fun,
in the
though.
evening.
Yeah, my dad used to do that shit. It used to piss me off because it's fucking hot in Texas. It's be like 1:15. He's like, go outside. Like, that's hot as
Yeah,
shit.
in
He's
Texas,
like,
for those who aren't from or haven't been in Texas in the summertime, like that's a different heat than
Yeah.
like 115 in San Diego or
Yeah.
105 or 100 in San Diego. That's a
Yeah.
different heat.
no
I don't
ocean
even
breeze.
think it's ever even hit 100 in San Diego since I've lived down here.
Oh, it's hit 100.
Oh, come
That's
on.
it?
It hits
Yeah.
100 every
100?
summer. Yeah, for sure.
Really? Oh.
Yeah, for sure.
If you
maybe,
go,
maybe inland, yeah. I was
if you
thinking
go
coastal.
5 minutes from
Yeah.
the beach, it's
Yeah.
super high.
Yeah.
115 in Texas, that's hell.
Yeah.
That's hell
I'm
on
gonna
earth.
go outside. I'm like, fuck. Like, so hot to where, like, the wheels on my skateboard would, like, be fucking melting almost.
I mean, if that makes sense, like if you're actually right on the fucking like the blacktop,
Yeah.
raise ass. Like, yeah, that shit gets hot. If it's 115, that's got to be I
Well,
don't know.
If you're leaving Vegas, like driving in the middle of the summer, you'll see people's tires blown out on the side of the
I
road
believe it.
because they just fucking melt on the road
Man, why have they not widened the fucking road out to Vegas, the 15?
to keep people from driving because it fucking
What's
sucks.
wrong with it?
I'm just saying, like, if you hit that wrong, like, you leave Vegas at Sunday, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, it just takes, like, 8 hours to get back. It's 2 lanes.
That's true.
I don't understand why anyone even drives to Vegas. Why don't you just fly?
Because I'm afraid to fly.
Really?
Yeah.
What are you going to do? When we
What
start
do you
hitting-
mean, really? This is the 8,000th time I've mentioned this.
I mean, what are you going to do when we start hitting tours, dog?
I'm fucking drive. Take a
Alright.
boat.
Takes a,
Drive to Australia.
a steamliner to fucking Australia.
Fucking barge.
Hey, if we get, hey, I just hope we get to that point and then we could revisit this conversation.
All right.
But
When we started talking about this, I was like, I don't really have any of these. And then you guys started talking.
and you have a bunch, right?
it started flooding
Yeah,
my
exactly.
brain.
I knew that's how I was gonna
But
go,
see, when
yeah.
I thought of this the other night, like I was literally about to fall asleep, and that's when my fucking brain is always firing on all cylinders. So I have a fucking journal that I write in, or like if I have random thoughts. And I'm like, oh, I think, because I was thinking of all these fucking things I felt guilty about, and I'm like, oh, I can't be the only one in this fucking boat.
Yeah.
No way. What you got?
So you were talking about driving around. I got a ton of those stories, but man, me and my buddies, we used to drive. We drive around and just fuck with people, and like just do all kinds of shit. One time, this is so fucked up. We peed in a cup, and there's like this girl that was in like high school. I didn't chuck it, but my buddy chucked
Oh.
it, and like right in her face.
Like she was walking and you guys drove by and flung it out the window?
No reason.
That's assault, brother.
Not even. Not
is,
even
though. It
through
is.
the cup. Like this, like like right at her. Like, hey, come here real quick. And
Oh
boom,
my
full cup of piss.
That is
Yeah.
awful.
Just put pee in super soakers.
What the like? And you'd squirt each other? You just drive around and do drive-bys?
Drive around, do drive-bys.
And we had one friend that we always picked on, and we were at like the park around the corner, and he like went home to get something, and my friend had like a container. I don't even know what it was from, but we knew our friend was coming back, and he had to piss, so he just like pissed in the container. And then, like, as soon as he started walking up to us, he just threw the fucking container and, like, went all over my friend.
I mean, imagine you're like walking down the street in PB. You're like, oh, I'm going to go get my morning Starbucks. And somebody drives fucking by you and just goes, douche, and covers you in fucking piss, dude.
I had the verbal equivalent to that recently.
What? Somebody yelled?
Yeah, we used to call it ripping, where you would just, like, yell something at people when you were driving by. And I didn't think anybody did this anymore. But I had like a backpack on because I'll like, go to the store and I'll push it in my backpack and buy it, so that I don't want to have a bag. And this dude fucking drives by and he goes, nice backpack, fag. And I was like, what?
Random.
I know.
It's funny, like kids will think of anything that they think could be a possible insult and then just start slinging them.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking of another one right now. This
What?
is probably just as bad.
Another driving one?
No.
What, does it involve
We
feces?
can go back.
Drive-by
pretty
feces.
close.
Shut the
We'll
fuck
go
up.
back to the drive in a second. We went to the JV basketball game. I was on varsity. We went to the JV basketball game, and some of the player. I was in the bathroom with them. We filled up their water bottles with toilet water.
Damn.
I didn't. I
Did
didn't
anybody
think,
That's
die?
also assault, brother.
I didn't think it was funny, and I was like, "This isn't
That's
cool." I didn't
fucked
say
up.
anything. Either,
That's
though.
fucked
I was like,
That's when you're like, this isn't good, but like also I kind of want to see this happen.
I just didn't say. I was just like,
Dude, but think about it.
it's fucked up.
Like this could have at any point in our lives happened to any one of us,
It
and we
probably
wouldn't
did.
even know about
Yeah.
it.
Probably
Fucked
did.
up, bro. I remember thinking this is fucked up, and I just didn't say shit.
Dude, I told this story before, but I remember I was at a junior high for my brother's, like, my brother had a basketball game or some shit, and I went there with one of my best friends at the time, and we got bored watching the fucking game, so we started wandering around the junior high, and this is at night, so nobody's there.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I'm gonna shit in the hallway. That sounds like a good idea. So I literally like leaned up against some lockers and shit in the middle of this fucking walkway. And then like we weren't done. He shit too, and I'm like, yeah, let's go fuck some shit up. So then we went into the middle of the fucking like whatever the quad and fucking took the flagpole and just grabbed the fucking rope and bent it to the ground. For no reason.
Let's fuck shit up.
Yeah, why
But
not?
that's
Yeah.
exactly what the mindset was. Like, I just shit in the hallway. I'm gonna fuck some more shit up. No reason, none.
And so going back to like your basketball story, in high school we were like our fans, like the people I went to high school, were pretty vicious, like making fun of the other team, and like we would pick something out of like one player that was like kind of weird and just like hammer him all game. So like this one
That's
dude.
the sporting spirit.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
High school.
Who are we gonna fuck with tonight? That guy, number 12.
So like this one dude, we just kept chanting "Five's got cankles" for the entire fucking game. Every time he got the ball, this dude got so emotional that like he got a technical foul, and then when the refs were like consulting, he dropped his pants and mooned the entire crowd.
Good for him.
The refs didn't see it, but the coach did, and he like pulled him to the side and benched him for the rest of the game. And then like my friend was talking shit to him, and then he kept talking shit back. And then like right after the fucking game, my friend waited outside with all of us, like waited outside of the locker room and beat the fuck out of the dude. That dude had the worst fucking day of his life.
That's
Fuck.
And I'm looking back now, and I'm like, dude, we like had no reason to keep on going on this guy, and we just like literally just ruined his fucking day.
Dude, that's what I want to know. Like, what is it about kids that like do fucked up shit like for no reason.
Yeah.
I remember
Like just because you can.
we started a chant. It just reminded me, but this was at a professional baseball game, so I don't feel that bad about it. But
Yeah, they're
Like
getting
you're at the
paid.
Padres, you're at Petco
yeah, it
or
was
some
it was
shit?
at a Giants game,
Okay.
and there we had a right fielder for the Giants had a right fielder, and he left and he went to like the Dodgers, I think, or something like that. So we were in right field, and this is like during Barry Bonds, like that whole era.
Yeah.
And so we were in right field, and now he's he's on the Dodgers in right field. That's like a big rivalry. Well, it was like half my high school. We all got like free tickets and shit. Or it wasn't high school, but like, it's a bunch of high school, not my high school, but a bunch of high school kids rather. And we started chanting. I can't remember the dude's name, but it was like, "What's the matter with last name? He's a queer."
Oh, queer.
Literally.
Okay, yeah, wow.
What's the matter with he's a queer? And it just like wouldn't stop. And they took him out of the game. Like people were getting kicked out, and they just wouldn't stop. Like he's a queer.
How, I mean,
Damn, what the
legitimately, how long did this go on for?
Hour.
Wow.
I mean, like every time he's there, we just start
Wow.
the chant again. Like I'm sure that they're like droning out our section on TV. You know what I mean? Like you
Yeah.
can't
Well, now
have
they
that.
like kick you out and don't let you back ever.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Like you get
Nuisance.
perma banned from the
Yeah,
stadium?
dude, people get perma banned all the fucking time.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
They tried to get me at I tried to bring a bottle in
Here
my
at
pants.
Petco?
Yeah, I tried to bring a full bottle of a Jameson in my pants.
Uh-huh.
And,
That a girl? Fuck yeah.
They were like, hey, they're like, hey, what's it in there? And they're like, pour it out. And they're like, wait here, we're going to go get the cops. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll stay right here. No problem.
Yeah. I'll be right here. Just
Did they make you pour it out?
Yeah, they make me pour it out. And then when they told me to wait, I just kind of like took a couple steps back, like Homer. And then
Yeah.
Went to the bushes,
dipped out.
never came back.
I'm not waiting here.
Just scoop sprinting downtown.
Yeah, pretty much.
What would they have popped you for, though? I mean, it's not like a open container, is it?
So a friend of mine said that, well, you can't bring alcohol into the.
Yeah.
But a friend of mine said you get like a month ban or something like that. But they can, if you get caught over and over, because they take your ID and shit. I don't know.
Man, drinks are expensive. That's just being fucking
Super
thrifty.
Bro, they're
Yeah.
ridiculous. At
At
fucking,
Petco?
fuck
We're getting
yeah.
off topic, boys.
All right, all right,
Let's
all
get
right.
back to it. Let's get back to it. Another, my buddy and I used to drive around, and we used to just like fuck shit up. Anyway, so we used to find shit and then like chuck it through people's windows, like their fucking their windshields and
Like
shit.
you're rolling around the hills of San Francisco and just
Yep.
throwing shit through people's windows.
Get in fights, chucking shit through windows. We once hit a porta potty so hard that it went halfway like down the block.
Is that the one you ran into?
Yeah, and well, okay, so
Yeah.
what we used to do is there was one house. I don't even know why we picked this house. I don't know why we kept doing it, but basically we would run over their planters because my buddy had a big old truck, and so we just run over their planters. Well, I'm sure the old guy or whoever the fuck would just replace the planters.
Yeah.
And then he replaced them, and we'd go run them over again. Oh, he replaced them. Oh, let's go run them over. Oh, he replaced them again. Let's go run them over. Over and over. I mean, this went on for like months.
It's like Billy Madison when he keeps lighting the shit on fire in the same guy's place.
I mean,
He called the shit poop.
I mean, you're a homeowner. Imagine if I was like doing donuts.
Oh,
on
I
your
would be sitting on the roof with a shotgun.
Yeah, pretty.
I'd
fucked
be
up.
so mad.
Oh,
Just ghost riding into his front yard.
one night we ran those over, but we found a speaker that was like, it was like a sub, and like a sub, like the
Yeah,
actual
yeah.
speaker that has a big. If you've never seen it, has a big magnet on the
Huge
back,
magnet.
and
yeah.
they're really heavy.
Mhm.
And I don't know, my buddy's going like 30, and I just lobbed it in the air out the window, right into a windshield. Boom! And just drinking my 40 and this is so fun.
This is the greatest night of my life.
Just cackling. Like it was the funniest thing I ever seen. I feel so bad about that though. Like if my
Yeah, that's brutal, yeah.
like
Yes and no. I mean, that's why you got insurance. Somebody still had to pay $500 out of pocket.
yeah.
I remember I had a fucking dickhead sergeant, female sergeant, and one day she had pissed me off to the fucking ultimate max. So
Wait,
This
can
is
we
90s.
can we just discuss the fact that Dom has a level otherwise known as the Ultimate Max?
Ultimate Max.
Ultimate Max, radical, bro, Mountain Dew, let's rip, let's rage.
Rip it to the Ultimate Max.
Sunday, Sunday, Sunday.
You're never living that one down.
fuck
dude.
it.
That's
But
fine.
She had a Camelback, and
Yeah.
I remember she had
Oh,
like left
man.
it somewhere, and I saw it. I was like, ooh, this would be something cool to like wipe up my fucking butt.
Like the tube?
The part where you put it in your mouth.
Yeah.
This was
Holy
just-
shit.
No,
We.
Oh my
You
god.
put it back. One person saw it.
that was like what's his name with Debo's underwear. Debo's underwear.
So
On
you
the
stuck
straw?
On the straw, yeah.
the fucking suction piece in your, just rubbed it on your asshole?
Rub it up my asshole. Put it back.
This honestly makes me wonder how much random shit I've had done to me or in my mouth over the years, dude. Like, because I probably pissed a lot of people.
Well, the moral of the story is don't be a dickhead.
Yeah, don't be a fucking asshole.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. We were all kids doing fucked up shit to people who weren't assholes.
Nah, this bitch was an asshole.
That's
But,
fair.
yeah.
In that particular instance,
Just
she
that
had
one.
it coming. That's
Yeah.
karma, dude. Fuck it.
Just that one, but everybody else, yeah, they're innocent bystanders.
I think one thing that I felt really guilty about, even though like it wasn't entirely my fault, was I was drunk as fuck after getting bottle service at Bar West.
Ah, the good old days.
Yeah. and
just for reference for other people, Bar West isn't like this isn't like like downtown Omnia. It's like in a party area, kind of college.
I mean, it was still like a decently nice place.
We had our didn't we have one of our parties there?
Yeah, that was the launch party there.
Yeah, that's right.
But that's just for outside San Diego folks.
Yeah.
So like I was drunk as fuck, and I got out of the club and I was like running. So there's like the diagonal parked cars out there, and I was like running from hood to hood of cars.
Like just bink, bink, bink,
yeah,
bink.
like I was on like a pond, like one of those one of those frogs.
Like
Yeah. And so I'm like running from fucking car to car, and then like I kept going after I got down, and then like I went over towards Miller's Field because I wanted to like get away from wherever like the bouncers and all that shit were, and so I'm with my friend, and all of a sudden I hear like a whole commotion. And like people are like pointing over where we're standing.
Of course they are.
Yeah. And so like I grabbed my boy and I was like, hey, we gotta fucking go.
Run.
Yeah, we gotta run. And so I fucking book it. And I ran like 3 blocks like north PB, like fucking 5 blocks east. Like I bolted until I knew for sure there was nobody even nearby.
Yep.
And then
Smart.
I look behind me and he's not even anywhere to be found, my friend. And I was like, what the fuck? So like I hop in a cab and I get back to my apartment and I'm like calling him. I'm like, dude, where the fuck are you at? Where the fuck are you at? Can't get any shit. And then finally somebody picks up and they're like, hey man, you gotta come get your boy. Like, he's a knocked out cold.
Oh, shit.
And I was like, wait, what? And then so I had like no idea what they're like, yeah, like an ambulance is coming right now.
Oh.
And he ended up breaking his getting punched in the face, breaking his orbital bone and had to have like surgery like a few days later.
So he got cracked.
Yeah, he got cracked. But it's not entirely my fault because one, I told him let's fucking book it, and then the next day when like he came back from the hospital, he came back to my apartment, and like we had to like get his like wife down, like fly down from the Bay Area to like take care of him.
Oh, he's married. Perfect.
Yeah.
Yo, hey, so was he jumping on cars too, or what?
No.
So he got knocked out for you.
No. So here I'm gonna finish the story. So
Right.
he when I told him to run. He told me, he's like, in my head, he's in the military. He's like, I thought I could just like reason with these dudes.
Oh,
No,
no.
there's no reasoning when you're drunk.
And so he was like, I thought I could just go like talk him down and like explain the situation. And
Of you running across.
yeah.
Here's a situation. My boy was running over your hoods.
Yeah. There was a tiger chasing him. He was scared.
Oh man, I felt so fucking
Yeah,
bad.
he should have got his ass whooped for you.
Yeah, you should feel bad.
Man,
That's fucked up.
That was fucking awful.
That's brutal.
Um,
I mean, you keep going. I got more.
yeah, I have plenty more.
I was in Afghanistan, and we were working on these buildings. We're putting up these buildings. Anyway, so I was in charge of a small crew, and then how it works is 24-hour shift. We're going
Non-stop,
all day. It's
yeah.
12 on, 12 off, 12 on, 12 off, all day, every day. Anyway, so after a while, you just get fucking really sick of this shit, You're just fucking over it. Anyway, this chick that was underneath me, she was kind of like, I wouldn't call her a cunt, but like she was just a pain in the ass. Like she never wanted to work. She's lazy as fuck.
She's a
Yeah.
cunt. You could use that word here.
Yeah, I just didn't. I was like, dude, come on, like get to work here. Like everyone else is busting their ass. Anyway, one day we're in an argument because I'm like, all right, you've had like 35 smoke breaks, like enough already, bro. Like you can, like we can't smoke in the building at this point because the roof's on.
Wait, you were arguing with her?
Yeah, and I'm like,
She would take a bunch of smoke
oh,
breaks?
just all day. She's just outside smoking and chilling.
So she was chain smoking.
Yeah, while literally like I'm carrying everything.
Well, that's how you
Dang.
get unlimited breaks in the military.
Exactly.
with
Yeah.
Cigarettes.
I would
yeah.
milk it too, for sure.
Anyway, we're arguing, and I don't like remember what was going on, but I'm like yelling at her, and then I just hawk a huge loogie and just spit it like right on her, like like chest or whatever. I was just so mad. I don't even know why I felt this.
Like you just saw red, and the
Yeah,
next
I
thing
was
you know,
just
you're
like,
like,
all right, boom, right on her, and then
holy shit.
yeah, she just stops what she's doing, like standing there, and she just starts crying
Yeah, of course she did.
and turns around and runs away, and I was like, oh, that was too far. I felt really bad, and I felt really bad. And then I come to find out like her dad died like a couple weeks earlier. That's why she was acting all like crazy. And I'm like, wow.
You piece of shit.
Yeah.
Lesson learned: you never know the struggle people are going through.
I mean, though, honestly, is there anything more disrespectful than just spitting on someone or like spitting in someone's face?
No, probably not.
Yeah, that's.
Like, did you actually get the?
I didn't spit in her face, but yeah, I definitely like.
You got it from the depths of the lungs and
it didn't hit her in the face. I mean, I'm sure she got.
No,
some
I know. I'm just
spittle.
saying, like spitting on anyone, unless it's in a sexual fashion, is pretty fucking disrespectful.
Real quick side story about spitting. Yesterday, I'm talking to my buddy. I was out last night. So I'm talking to my buddy, and he does dip, and he's talking to me. And as he's talking, a little like thing comes out of his mouth and hits me directly in the eye. And like just a little spittle, when someone's talking, hit me right in the eye and it was burning.
Wait, like a gleek, but it had the fucking juices?
Yeah, it had and I'm like trying to get it out of my eye. I'm like, bro, what the fuck?
Dude, side story on side story. My boy and his girlfriend like make out when he has dip in his mouth.
What the fuck?
Why?
It is so fucking
Deport
gross.
them.
Yeah.
I don't care if they have citizenship. Revoke it.
I was joking one night. And he put a dip in it. And I was like, oh, you should make out with him. And she like grabbed him and full on. And now they do it regularly.
That's love.
Arrested.
That's love.
Immediately. To the
so
gulags.
Fucking gross.
To the gulags. That's disgusting. Oof.
So another thing I feel guilty about. Starting that. I had one where we used to have a bunch of people over and party at my brother's old place in PB. And this random girl who nobody really knew ended up like partying super late and then like passing out on the couch. And back then we would do chiefing where you like get a Sharpie and like draw all over everybody, which is like cool when you do it with your guy friends, whatever. But so like we started chiefing her and then we had like dicks on her arms and on her forehead and everything. And then we ran out of space and so we just started coloring her in.
Blackface?
Yeah, blackface. Black arm, black face, and then we ran out of any skin to color on. So we just started going into the fridge, and we started like dumping like mayonnaise, like Parmesan cheese, like just what barbecue sauce, like whatever you could fucking find, and then we were like, oh shit, like I had to sleep there. I was like, fuck, what am I gonna do? Like, so we all three of us that were still there went and slept in my brother's roommate's room. So we had like a queen size bed, and we were all like. The shallow way, you know what I mean?
Like sardines?
Yeah. So all our legs were like hanging off the bed and we were like going this way and we locked the fucking door so when she would wake up that she wouldn't be able to get in. And
where was the mayonnaise and the parmesan? Like on the face?
Yeah. I'm like, yeah. And so we wake up in the morning to all on the door. Yeah. And she's like, what the fuck happened last night? She goes, I smell like a sandwich. And she's like, I have to go to fucking work. I was like, so I got up and I was like, oh, here's a towel. The shower's right there. Like, you can shower real quick.
He just opened, just a hand shoots out the door. Here's a towel.
Did she get it off?
I don't think so.
No way. If you actually colored in her whole fucking...
Sharpie does not come off quick at all.
She tells that story to this day.
Of course
Probably,
she does.
Yeah, of course.
That's how she got fired.
Oh, yeah, so I forgot. She was friends with one of our friends' girlfriend. Friends with one of our friends' girlfriends. And like 2 weeks later, his girlfriend broke up with him. And then those two girls started dating.
Those two girls?
Yeah, like dating each other.
Like they went lesbian?
Yeah.
Oh! I like where this went. A little scissor party. Banging them clams.
Munching on that carpet.
I was going to bring up one that's... I do feel guilty about it, but like, not like... I mean, it's guilty.
What?
Anyway, so when I was like 13, you just need to beat off, right? Like you had to beat off everywhere you
Need,
go.
not want,
Yeah,
need.
Need.
Yes.
Anyway, my buddy had an older cousin. She's probably like, because him and I were the same age. She's probably like 20, 22. Whew! She's so banging. So Argentinian chick, gorgeous. And she's like straight from Argentina. So she still had the accent and stuff. Anyway, so she used to leave like panties in the bathroom. Just in dirty panties.
I like where this is going.
Bro, I'd like put that shit to my face, smell it, and just beat off in the bathroom at his house.
Violently.
And then
Did you beat off into the panties?
I
yes,
might have done that. I can't remember. I would not surprise me at all. But just like smelling them. Yeah, I was probably like, I mean, I feel guilty, but
I know,
not really.
I know that life.
Yeah,
I
just,
know that
Yeah,
life.
gotta beat off.
Yeah.
On your head.
Yeah, like Bane. I got him on my head.
Yeah. When my roommate used to fuck whoever he was fucking, because he fucked a lot of chicks, anytime I'd hear it, I'd literally, I swear to you, I'd 100% fucking, I'd crack my window and I'd be like leaning out and I'm like, yeah. Every fucking time, dude. Every fucking time.
Not gonna lie, I definitely beat off to my old downstairs neighbor getting fucked.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, dude, you have to. Especially if you know
Yeah.
it's someone who's like fuck like a hot chick. Oh, you're done.
Oh,
Forget
yeah,
it.
Scoop was all about her.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna fuck that chick so bad. She's
Yeah,
banging.
then it makes sense why you would beat the shit
Yeah.
out of your dick while she was getting fucked. I mean, it's really no different than porn. You just
Actually, the one I really liked beating off to with her was when she was fighting with her boyfriend and crying.
That's how you went to sleep.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I was gonna say we established that
Yeah.
one a while ago. Did you guys ever like kill random creatures as a kid that you felt bad about?
Like bugs?
No, like I don't know, larger
Like
than
dogs?
bugs. No, I fucking.
You like,
I mean,
you like,
how
you like
about
ducks?
how about between bugs and dogs?
Okay, I'll tell you one that I feel guilty about with animals. It was actually a dog story. There was like a stray dog in the neighborhood, and we had one of those water balloon launchers. You know, like the big ones, the legit ones.
Like that. Sometimes two people can
Two
pull back
people
on
hold,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, two people hold, one person leans back.
Yeah.
And we had like we were freezing water balloons because we were like trying to hit like targets and shit from like super far away.
That hurts.
And,
That's death, brother.
Yeah, and like this dog was like super sketchy and like would like growl and bark at people and was in the neighborhood and would just like wander around. And so we just fucking reared back and fired a fucking ice water balloon at it to try to get it to go away.
Ice water balloon?
Yeah, that's what he said. He froze the fucking things, dude. That's like shooting a fucking potato out of a potato gun, dude.
I mean,
Yeah.
You might as well shoot a rock.
I
Yeah.
know, right?
Did you kill the dog?
No, it didn't kill it.
It just died later.
Yeah.
Internal injuries.
Yeah.
It broke its fucking ribs and fucking altered its fucking organs.
There's an animal one.
It was
that I-
pretty far away too. We're talking like probably 100 and some odd yards.
There's an animal one I feel bad about, but it's not. It wasn't directly me, so I don't feel too bad.
Oh,
but,
PETA's gonna love this episode.
Well, my buddy had a snake, and then I don't even know if this is real. Like, maybe it's real. I don't fucking know. But I heard you can buy like live rats or
Yeah.
dead rats, right?
Yeah.
But like he would buy live rats and then kill them.
Yeah, what they do is they put them in. My buddy like a lot of my friends had snakes growing up, and you put them in a paper bag and like you fucking whack them on the edge of a fucking table, and then you feed it to the snake right then and there. Because if you give them
yeah.
live, they can actually like rip the fucking eyes
they
of
can
the
hurt
snake out. Yeah.
Well, that's not what my buddy would do. He'd make little nooses and hang.
Oh,
them.
that's
Yeah,
sociopathic,
that's a little- yeah.
psychopathic behavior.
So
yeah.
then I was there. I was like, yeah, I want to watch you feed the thing, and then like, yeah, he like literally like hang the, and I was sitting.
You're not
there.
you He
No,
made nooses.
that's serious. Yeah.
like
and then
mini rat nooses.
I remember when I saw it, I was sitting there, and it was like a, like feeling of like uncomfortable, but like way worse than that. Like you almost like washed over me. I was just like
I don't want to be here
what
at all.
the fuck am I watching?
Did he make like a little like wooden plank?
That's what I was
No,
gonna say.
that's
Like,
how
there's
they-
a trap door.
But like he put it around the thing's neck, and then he like knocked it off. He like tied up and he knocked it off, but it didn't work, because I don't think they're like heavy enough.
No,
or
they're
something.
not. You have
And
to
then
weigh
he
a
like
lot.
took the thing and he just like yanked it super hard, and like that
Snapped the
downward
neck?
upward force like killed it, and I was just like, oh, I want to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
I don't want to be here.
I mean, when you
That's
got,
uncomfortable,
when you guys
dude.
trap mice in your homes, do you hit them with a hammer and
Golf club.
Golf club?
4.
Well, the key is when you're doing it with a hammer, you put your thumb so you don't miss it.
So you don't miss it.
It's
Hit it
hard.
right on the cranium.
It's hard to it's hard to release them when they've been stuck in a fucking trap.
Oh yeah, my roommates were pussies, dude, and they would make me fucking do it every fucking time.
What? Just dispose of them or kill them?
Kill them, and yeah,
Really?
you can't. Yeah, because if you take them off those things, their like legs rip off and shit.
Wait,
on
you're talking about the
traps,
sticky
The sticky,
traps.
yeah, the sticky.
Why
Oh,
can't,
I
you
would-
just, why can't you just leave them there to fucking die of hunger?
Because that's cruel.
Oh,
That's
alright.
pretty cruel.
Yeah, like hitting them with a hammer is way less fucking cruel than yeah.
I mean, it is kind of those sticky traps are kind of fucked up because they just. Can you imagine just being stuck in there?
stuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is fucked
You would
up.
pray someone like Scoop comes by to step on your fucking skull. Not like someone like me or Ziggs, but
Yeah.
Scoop for sure.
I used to put tape fireworks to frogs and like light the fireworks.
Okay, you said this earlier. You
Yeah.
only mentioned one instance. You just said frogs plural. How many fucking frogs did you kill with fucking
Probably
fireworks?
like 5.
Did
It's
you
a
put them up their bunghole?
Nah, I just tape them to them.
So wait,
You
where
have an M80
Yeah.
up its asshole.
where was
Go
this
on.
at? Like, did you have a pond in your neighborhood? or
It
some
was like
shit?
during Boy Scouts.
Okay, so you go and you just fucking.
It
catch,
was like it was
like you and the other Boy Scouts, or
yeah,
you do it
'cause
yourself.
when it used to rain, like a lot of frogs used to come
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Chicago, and then we just get the frogs, fucking get some tape it to them. Allah Akbar.
Man, we used to around like Halloween time, we would take M80s and we would put them in like old pumpkins,
Yeah, that's fun.
and then we would wait for cars to like drive down the road, and then we would we'd light them real quick and then run to the side and hide. So they would like stop because they would see the pumpkin in the road, and then it would just go pop like right in front of them.
And we used to hide in bushes with there's these like long train tracks, and we used to hide in the bushes there with like a bunch of water balloons, and then you could just like lob it up, like a softball pitch kind of thing, just like lob it up, and just the cars are going like 50.
Yeah.
Bam, and you so funny, and people like. And they get out of the car like, you fucking
So
around.
mad.
It's understandably.
Yeah. You don't know what it is.
Yeah, you have no idea.
No, and your first instinct is to fucking swerve or slam on your brakes. Or
Dude used to
anything.
put rocks and snowballs, throw their cars.
That's fucked up.
And dope.
So I got two stories. One that has to do with rocks and cars, and another one that has to do with water balloons. So we would I lived like right next to a sports park, so there was a bunch of like little league fields everywhere. And we would go out to the sports park with the water balloon launcher, and when there were games going on, and we'd get like far enough away on the empty field, and we would start launching them into the outfield during the game.
That's funny.
And then one time, like this dude, like one of the little league dads, started like walking towards where we were, and we didn't know if he like knew what we were doing or like if he was coming from there. He was just all of a sudden he was just like kind of in our general direction. And then he started like jogging towards us.
Uh-oh.
And so I was like, oh fuck. So my boy's like, oh, we gotta go. I was like, no. I was like, line one up. so we just fucking, so we just line it up. And I go straight back and I just start zinging him right fucking at him. And this dude is just like ducking and like running still at us, and he got close enough, and then we just book it out.
Yeah. Literally, dads get so mad.
Oh yeah.
I'm just picturing him in his cargo shorts.
Hey, I'm surprised you didn't catch one of you motherfuckers and brick your jaw.
All right, so this one is like super fucked up. It has to do with cars and all kinds of shit. This is like one of those nights in high school where we were like drunk and we were staying at my friend's house. Like his parents like neglected him, and they would just like leave town and
just didn't give a shit. In
yeah,
general.
just didn't give a shit. Yeah,
It's perfect when you're a kid.
yeah, exactly. So we would like just go over and get fucked up at his house. And one night we just started like wandering around the neighborhood, and he lived kind of by the freeway, and there was like a gravel like path, and we started just like throwing rocks on the freeway, like trying to like hit cars and shit. And I don't even know for sure if we hit any or anything like that, but it was stupid as fuck. Like looking back, and I was like, why the fuck did we do that? And then we were walking home, and my boy like opened up some work truck, like a plumber or something like that, and took the entire the tool belt for the dude like out of the truck, like the guy's entire fucking livelihood.
livelihood.
Yeah, right there, yeah. And he just fucking took it back to his house
For no reason other
for
than the
no
fact that he
reason.
was drunk.
Yeah.
We got a nail gun like that. Me and my buddies.
You stole one?
Yeah. We found a nail, like, we were waiting for them to not pay attention. The big construction site. We're waiting. We're like hanging out, just like being shady as fuck, just chilling. And then they walked away from the nail gun pneumatic, like the air.
Yeah.
We unhooked that bitch and took
Yeah,
off.
them's ain't cheap.
And they were like, what the fuck? Like, hey! It's like, fuck you. But we thought it was going to be way cooler. Like, we thought we'd be able to shoot
Yeah,
nails.
Like shooting cans off a fucking tree stump.
Yeah, they don't work like that. It's definitely a
No.
safety.
Yeah.
That's how I got a keg tap when I was living over by State. The tap on the keg broke, and this was like super late at night. This was like 2-3 in the morning or something. And one of the dudes we were with was like, I was at a party like earlier on like 54th or whatever it was, which is a kind of far walk. And
yeah, that's out there.
Yeah, and so we were. He's like, yeah, man, like I know for sure they have the keg out there with the tap. And he's like, I'll show you where it is. So like we walked all the way down there. We ended up like sliding down like the hill into like the backyard. And you could see like the lights on in the house, and people were passed out on the couch. And like I ran over there and grabbed the fucking tap off the keg and just bolted, and then went back to the fucking house, and we just tapped the keg and finished it.
That's the come up. Don't feel guilty about that.
Yeah, there's
Fuck
no-
them.
there's
It was
no guilt
necessary.
involved.
The keg was going to be no good tomorrow.
That was
no
college.
good.
That was
Yeah.
college, baby.
Anything goes in those situations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's literally how everybody got their taps
Yeah.
back in college. It
Or
was like
bikes does all of the above.
bikes too,
Yeah.
especially in PB.
Hey, you remember back in the day where like the 90 hood movies where the gold chain with the Mercedes-Benz sign was like cool? You
Yeah,
remember that?
I know exactly what you're talking
Yeah.
about.
I mean, I didn't have no money for a gold chain, but I definitely stole a Mercedes.
The fucking hood emblem
the
or
Mercedes
fucking.
Benz. I ripped it off of
Why
Mercedes.
can't I think of the name of it? What
I've
the
done
fuck
that
is it
too.
called? The hood ornament? Is
Yeah,
that
Yeah,
what
the
it's
hood
called?
ornament,
yeah.
I've
Took
done that
it
to a
off.
few cars.
Yeah, took it
when I was
off
a
like, cool. Now I got me a Mercedes Benz.
kid. I used to key cars when I was a kid. I was probably like maybe like 6th through like 8th grade. I was really bad in 6th through like 8th grade. But yeah, we used to just walk around and just key cars. Didn't give a fuck.
Just for
And then
no reason whatsoever.
No fucking reason. I just I got keys. Nice. And then one time I was walking up to a pretty nice car. It was like a couple blocks from my house, and I was like, oh, I'm about to key this bitch. I was telling my homie, like, watch this.
Check this one out,
fuck
dude.
this shit up. And I walked to this car, and we wouldn't like. I'm not like scraping.
Yeah, you just like walk
You're
by.
not like
hold-
writing scoop
Yeah.
on the side.
Yeah, you just like walk by and
Yeah,
have
walk
your
by.
hand out.
Yeah, all subtle like.
Yeah, I've done that too.
And then the guy yells out of his house. He just parked it like out front of his house, and he was like, "Hey, motherfucker!" Ah! He's like, "Get the fuck away from my car!" We're just woo. And when you're that age, and there's like an adult, you know what I mean? Because you're not an adult, you're so little.
Nah,
like,
no.
we're still like, "Oh shit!" We ran for like 5 blocks.
I was in Boston and I bought this like fake shit.
Oh, like a actual fake turd?
Yeah, like it's like not like it's like a bottle you would spray the fake shit and it smelled fucking awful.
That's
seen that,
disgusting.
yeah.
And it doesn't smell like shit. It just smells awful.
Just stinks.
Yeah,
Like
and,
stink bombs, like that
yeah,
shit.
and worse than that. And so we were going around like at night, doorbell ditching houses, but putting like the fake shit on the door handle. And so we did it to this one house around the corner, and we booked it. And the guy like got in his truck and was like driving around trying to find us.
Hell yeah.
So like we all like split up, and there was like 3 of us that were still together, and then everybody else was kind of like doing like running their own directions. And me and this one guy hopped a fence into a side yard so he couldn't see us. And then my other dumbass friend sat there in front of the fence thinking it was dark enough and he wouldn't be seen.
Yeah.
And the dude pulls up in his truck and like shines the light over there, and he's like, "Hey, come out of here. And my friend looks back and he goes, "Hey, come out, guys."
Oh.
I was like, you motherfucker.
Hi, hater.
So he pulls all of us out, and so he like gets us to come out, and he's like, he's telling us to go back to his house. And then he saw like some other of us that were like right on the next house over. I had one friend who had gotten away like scot-free. He didn't see him, like he could have stayed hidden. I think he was like under a car. And I'll give him some respect. He like came out of his own volition.
Oh yeah, with you guys.
Yeah, with us. So like
I wouldn't. I was like,
yeah,
y'all
no,
are
I wouldn't
fucking
have either.
known.
And so like he makes us go back to his house to clean up his fucking door. And the dude who ends up fucking cleaning it with his like sweatshirt sleeve is the guy who didn't even have to come out.
Oh, that's fucked up.
And like he had to throw the fucking shit away because even after washing it multiple times, it was still fucking in there.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
This just makes me realize how awesome it was to be a kid.
Yeah, that and how fucked up I was. Like,
Yeah.
Thinking back, like, damn. I
Dude,
was
we
doing
used to
some
do that
stupid
shit all like I know for a fact that I actually shit into like fucking paper bags like this, and they were like, okay, let's go put it on somebody's porch. Or like I told this story before where we would piss in Ziploc bags and just strategically place them in someone's mailbox. Like, oh, the fucking mail guy's gonna get it tomorrow. Like literally to where as soon as you opened it, like a Ziploc bag full of piss would just come out on your fucking like arm.
You're ISIS.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
terroristic.
How is that any fucking different than the bullshit you did?
It's federal. That's why.
Oh yeah, that's right. You can't fuck with the mail. This is all allegedly, by the
Yeah,
way.
of course.
Did you guys ever fuck with stink bombs in school?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Is that amateur shit?
Yeah.
I think that's just a given
like,
when you're a
that's
kid.
that's like whoopee cushions.
So, okay, cause no, there was like an era where it was just like everybody was doing it.
Yeah,
They were
like-
like handing out suspensions.
I
if
think
you got
that's
caught.
I think it's every era.
Yeah.
I think that's just when you go through that age.
What's this
Well,
era?
I'm saying like a month straight, like just classes were just getting hit
Oh.
with stink bombs.
That's
Now-
gnarly because it doesn't go away, dude.
it
fucking
doesn't.
sticks.
Like if you got caught with stink bombs on you, suspension.
Dude, this is so funny. I mean, this isn't exactly the same thing, but my buddy used to he would go, but it's in high school. He would go bare ass, like he gonna be in the hallway. He just bare ass, and then poke his ass into open the door, and then just cut like the nastiest part.
bare ass.
Just like, And then he closed the door, and you just hear him running down the hallway laughing. And we all know who it was, but like they could never get him.
Oh, it's bare ass. Why didn't you show me later?
God.
So he would just crack the door enough to stick his ass in
Mike.
and fart and then run?
That dude Mike was so fucking funny.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, we played basketball there. And then another thing, we had it was like a toy drive and a pizza sale for something that happened. It was like a big deal, you know, like something
Like somebody's
happened.
house burned down?
Something like that.
Is this Fillmore, Mike?
Yeah. Oh yeah, you know Fillmore Mike? Yeah. Yes, sir.
We should get him on the show.
We should get him on the show, actually. Yeah, and Mike took like, I don't know, I would say like 3 or 4 pizzas. Like this is like a charity thing, and he just like took them, he stole them, and it was in the bathroom, just eating pizza and like handing it out, selling it to people, fucking. And the dean comes in like, Mike, what are you doing? Like, like this is like a charity thing. He was like, I don't know, like just chilling to eat pizza. Dude was so
bathroom.
Yeah, in the bathroom, it was so fucking funny.
That's an entrepreneurial spirit,
That
dude.
farting thing though, I mean, I was
that's
crying
good. That's
laughing.
good. That's good.
I used to get my friends to like when I was driving and they're in the passenger seat, I would get them to like moon people, but then I would just stop. so like they would be hanging out their ass would be hanging out my window, and then I would literally just stop wherever we were, and they would just have to sit there and just wait.
I remember that was the thing. We used to moon people like on our school bus ride home.
Yeah.
Just put your ass on the fucking window.
That'll get you on Megan's Law now, brother.
Seriously, though, I mean, all the shit that we've talked about tonight, you can't even fucking remotely consider doing it now.
No.
Well, you can if you're under 18.
Yeah.
Yeah, but even then, it's still
think-
so much sketchier than it was when we were kids.
I think that's part of the well, yeah, like with Ring cameras and all of that, like
Yeah.
on the but like part of the reason why you do that shit is because there's no real consequences.
Yeah.
Like the worst thing that would happen is you get caught and like you get like some like community service or whatever. I mean, they usually only send you to like juvie if you're really like doing actual like serious crimes.
Doing dirt.
Yeah,
Like,
doing
beating
dirt,
up
yeah.
elderly people.
Yeah.
I remember once, or this happened. This went on for a couple of years. I just thought it was so funny. But basically, so San Francisco, a lot of hills, if you're familiar with it.
Yeah.
So the house that I grew up in and lived in, we were on the 3rd and 4th floor. Like it's hard to explain, but like it was like the 3rd and 4th floor, and we had a balcony kind of like deck thing, but it wasn't that big though, right? But you could see like in the alley down the hill. And you could see like the cross street right there. So it's like a straight and I'd say it's like 6 houses up from the corner. So whatever that is, like a couple 100 feet maybe, but it's downhill, So anyway, I would buy like a cart, like 24 eggs and just go up. And then we had this like that Hawaiian style, thing covering around the balcony. So you couldn't really see in.
Like the fake bamboo thing?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But you could see out though, because they can't see in.
Yeah.
So I would just like sit up there and just lob eggs and just hit people walking, hit cars for all day. And I would do this for like hours. And I could just,
that's good entertainment.
I would look through and they could never see where it was coming from. And if you chuck it high enough, it kind of comes down. And so they always look up like, what the fuck? So fun.
When I used to live downtown, I used to live on the top level, and there was a fucking bar down below. We used to fucking throw eggs at people when they were drunk. And then at night, it's like 2 a.m. They're all out there. We just freaking on the balcony, just throwing eggs from like, we would turn off all the lights in in the apartment and just open the balcony door and just freaking just like be at the door just.
So we were talking kid stories. That's last month.
Yeah.
I was going to say, when you said when I lived downtown, I was like, how recent is this?
I was like 24.
He's like, when I was last week.
I mean, but can you imagine like stumbling out of a bar just hammered and all of a sudden you get hit with a fuck? Like, you have no idea what the fuck just happened.
Man, when you hit somebody with an egg like in
fucking
the
hilarious.
head, it's the funniest
Yeah.
thing
Yeah.
that can ever happen.
I think about like during Halloween, we would stock up on everything, toilet paper, eggs, fucking all kinds of shit. And like you see like groups of like, we would never like throw shit at like young kids. These are like, kids that aren't much younger than us.
Fuck them kids.
And we would just start chucking eggs. And what the fuck? And they all start like running around and shit.
They need to stop those kids. Like, if you go to buy like meth products, like Sudafed or whatever, they need to stop kids like you at the register. Like, no.
Getting fucking 100 eggs.
What are you cooking, bro?
Yeah.
You have
I'm on
toilet
a
paper?
protein diet.
Dude, when we would
Making
go,
omelets for the homeless.
Yeah, exactly.
when we would go fucking TPing, we would literally get like 100 rolls from the fucking store.
They need to stop you right at the door.
Yeah,
ID, sir.
yeah.
Dude, I was going to ask that. Do kids still fucking do the T-Paying thing?
I
in
haven't
this
seen
day?
any TPing in
I've seen like a couple random houses here and there over the last like 5 years, but Man, we lived for that shit in
Oh
high
yeah.
school.
I felt bad. It got to the point where we would just look for good houses to TP and we didn't even know the fucking people.
That was fun though. Like,
So like, I mean, you're supposed to target people you know because it's like a prank.
and then it just keeps going and going. Yeah.
No, we just started targeting like, and then you go by the next day and it's some 80-year-old guy with a stick trying to get everything down.
I
You're
never
like, oh
understood
man,
it.
hang on, I'll help this guy.
Did you ever TP?
Nah, I think maybe once.
I never understood it.
Like,
Yeah.
you didn't have yards,
Yeah, but like, how do you get it to unravel?
so you just you give it a little tail,
Yeah,
and then you grab under where the tail is, so the tail would be like down here,
yeah.
and then you just rotate it. Give
Yo,
it a
you
little
chuck
spin.
it so it
As
Yeah.
as you throw it, as it's going up in the air, it's unfurling.
Oh, okay.
And honestly, it depends on the fucking shrubbery and the trees, but that's a bitch. Like the worst was
yeah.
if you TP'd someone and it like rained later that
Oh,
night.
yeah.
You're fucking
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
That's
Even
still
if
there
it-
to this
Even
day.
if there was enough like dampness,
yeah, exactly.
would be fucking
It's still there to
impossible,
this
yeah.
day. There's no way they got rid of it all. There's
Yeah,
no
that's
way.
kind of fucked up.
we had this black dude that we were friends with named Rob Block.
Racist!
Why can't he just be a dude? Why's it gotta be a black dude?
Anyway, so
Anyways,
All
part of
right,
the
trying to
story.
ignore that
he
part.
was
huh?
he was like the least athletic dude ever, and and we brought him out teepeeing one night, and he had never done it before, and he literally could not get the fucking roll over the branch, and so he sat there the entire time and was like. Just trying to get it up to like the lowest branch.
Oh, we should bring that back. That'd be a fun game as
TPing
adults.
as an adult?
Yeah, just start like fucking going around and you do your friends and then they get you back and so on and so
I
forth.
can only imagine how pissed off you'd be if you went to your house and then.
It
found
depends
out.
on who did. Don't get any ideas, dude.
Yeah,
I
no,
would. I
doing
would
it.
do
We're
that to
doing
you
it.
just because I know
Yeah.
how serious of a homeowner you are.
I will shoot you.
What-
both.
No, you will.
What happened to
Shit.
Silly String? Whatever
What?
happened to Silly
Oh,
String?
silly string
They
is fucked
stopped.
too.
I think this. No, there were like things where kids were catching on fire because there was like flames somewhere around that.
That's sick.
Yeah.
But
No,
si-
because
silly
it is
string-
flammable. So like, imagine like I think it was like birthday party shit where they'd be spraying it and all of a sudden like their kid catches on fire.
Dude, and,
yeah.
that shit fucks up the paint of cars.
Does it
Fuck
really?
yeah.
Yeah,
that
like
shit
we would
sticks.
spray that shit on cars, and I didn't even know that's what it did. But yeah,
So bad.
Yeah,
I don't know. Do they still make that shit though?
I always thought it was funny as hell.
It was funny.
Yeah.
I thought it was great.
Yeah, it was
Silly
always
string was good fun for the whole family.
yeah, that's where somebody shows up to a party and they open the door and just
Yeah.
spray
funny.
'em.
Especially if you light it on fire. That sounds hilarious.
Yeah.
It's like napalm. They're just sticky and they're running away.
Don't even get it started on fire when I was a kid.
Hey, you remember
We
the
used to
fire challenge?
Fucking burn
Wait,
everything.
I'm sorry. What?
You don't remember the fire challenge?
Nope. Go
Yeah,
on.
where like people would put like alcohol like on their hand. And,
I
like,
thought
you know
that
what
was
I
a
mean?
recent thing.
That was. I mean, we were doing
It was
it.
like Purell.
Yeah, well, we were doing it with cologne back in the day, but like
Yeah.
now they're like drenching themselves in alcohol. and
I've
then
seen a
lighting
couple
that shit.
viral videos where I was like, man, you were fucking
Yeah,
dumb.
you're a fucking idiot. But
Yeah.
yeah, we just like sprayed it in our hand and do that. But yeah, they took it to the next
People
level.
are crazy.
There was this dude who wanted to be a stuntman when we were growing up. Like legit wanted to be a stuntman.
Was he E-Man?
Yeah, might as well have been. And so we had like these campfire parties that was in like the rural town that was next over in between like all the other cities, and it was in the middle of nowhere. There was like a creek right there, and this guy would put his hoodie on and his like jeans, and then he would douse himself in gasoline, light himself on fire, and
With
then
no fire extinguisher anywhere around.
and then he would just jump in the creek.
That sounds sick.
Yeah.
What does he do now? Do you know?
Oh, he's probably dead.
He's homeless. He became a meth addict. Speaking of E-Man, should we regale everyone with the tale?
We should talk about
Because
a lot
there are
of
still
keep
people who
asking.
don't know who E-Man is, Dom.
All right. Well, there's this gentleman in high school that he was special needs. Good guys.
Yeah.
But he's special need. I don't remember his real name, but like when you talk to him, be like, "Hey, what's going on?" He just go.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the story behind E-Man.
Yeah, he's just a handicapped kid.
And every show we do is an homage to
Yeah,
E-Man.
yeah.
Every show.
Every single.
He works for
Yeah.
NASA now, actually.
Yep, makes sense.
Yeah,
Got a
probably.
doctor.
Good for him.
Got a doctorate
Fucking
degree.
good for
doing
him.
good. You know what I mean?
Is that real?
No.
Okay. Well, the way you said it, I'm like, wait. Is
I
that
was
for real?
hoping. I was hoping.
I mean, it could have been.
Yeah. You
Nah.
never know.
There's this roommate we had for the summer in San Diego one year. We didn't even know him. He was just living in the house we stayed in until our house was ready. And so his friends would like come over and party. And the dude had his teeth knocked out by like this Down syndrome kid in the school because like I guess like they were like did something like made fun of him or like
Yeah,
made a
retard
joke or
strength.
whatever. Yeah, no.
Bruh.
You don't fuck with it.
Picked him up over his head and threw him on the ground and busted his teeth out.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Retard strength is for real.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna have to bleep all those.
Yeah.
Really?
Dude, they would say it on UFC fights regularly.
Yeah.
Do they not do that anymore?
No.
You can't get away with any of that.
So
Retard
PC.
strength.
Yeah.
Joe Rogan.
No, he would say it, didn't he? I think it was
He's got
Joe Rogan.
retard strength.
Legit, it wasn't that long ago they were saying that shit.
I mean, maybe back in the day he might have said it. I could see Joe saying
he
that.
definitely did because I remember hearing it. I was like, "What? That's real?"
He's got a 78-inch reach and
Yeah.
retard.
He's got the strength of a retard.
What can you say now? Mongoloid strength?
I don't know.
Troglodyte strength.
Troglodyte strength.
Is it,
Yeah.
But the word retard is actually like they use that
It's a
medically.
verb. Like to retard something
Yeah.
is to like
Delay
impede,
it,
to
yeah.
hinder. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why. Like, yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
I mean, slow.
Yeah,
Slow was an easy one to go with.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
Get the
Yeah.
fuck out of here.
Yeah. Oh,
Enough incrimination of ourselves.
shop.tastedgentlemen.com.
Hey.
T-shirts going up all the time. As always, hashtag fuck scoop, but you can just put fuck scoop in the
The new meme with fuck scoop is good.
That was funny.
Yep,
Yeah.
I like it.
But yeah, that's 20% off if you're a show listener. That's forever. You can use that. Sometimes I up it to 21% just to fuck with people.
Oh, look at
Yeah.
that.
But yeah, fuck scoop. Yeah, t-shirts all the time. And
And
next,
yeah, I was
Yes.
about to say announcements for next show.
yes, next week, if all the flights don't crash, Kevin from White People Humor will be here. He'll be
Yeah,
on the
what
show.
you just say delayed, motherfucker. Damn.
Ah, come on. The flights don't
It's
crash.
Okay. It is in your defense. It's
Yeah.
Kevin. So yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. This ain't Malaysia.
Kevin!
This ain't Malaysia airline.
But he is Florida man.
He is Florida man.
He is the Florida man. Yeah.
Florida man lands plane.
Exactly. Yeah, so that's next week. And anything else you guys want to say? Besides,
we love you.
A 2.
And a 3.